Hello everybody, welcome again to my YouTube channel after quite some time. We go back to infrastructural projects after quite some time. The first few weeks I've been posting about my journeys. I haven't posted about infrastructural projects lately, but now we go back to what the channel is all about. And today I visited the Ngong Railway Station, the new Ngong Commuter Railway Station in Ngong. I'm going to give you a background about the commuter railway station. The Ngong station is part of the long line of commuter rail that has been planned for Nairobi in the Kenya Vision 2030 program. The government planned to extend the meter gauge railway around Nairobi to improve on transportation of masses, especially during peak hours. So the rail system was supposed to connect some of the most densely populated areas in Nairobi. There is a line for Makadara to Embakasi village that is of 7.5 kilometers and has 4 stations at Donholm, Pipeline, Aviation and Embakasi village. Those were done during Uhuru Kenyatta's time, and some of the stations are now functional. There was a proposed extension to Ruai. The extension hasn't happened yet. It is under proposal. So from Dandora to Ruai is approximately 7 kilometers, and there was supposed to be another station at Ruai to improve on that. There is another proposed extension to Kiambu that would branch from Githurai, which is about 15 kilometers to Kiambu, going through Ruiru. And now there is the other line, now the one that we are dealing with today. It is extension from Riruta to Ngong to Kiserian to Ongata Rongai. So the line is supposed to run from in Riruta. There is already a railway station. There is already a railway in Riruta, though they will do another station there, a more modern station. So they are supposed to extend it from Riruta to Ngong, and thus they're building this Ngong station for that, specifically for that. So that is about a distance of 12.5 kilometers. Then from Ngong to Kiserian, a distance of about 10 kilometers. Then from Kiserian to Rongai, a distance of about 8 kilometers. This will enable connection, a better connection of the three towns of Ngong, Kiserian and Ongata Rongai, which are satellite cities of the Nairobi city and within the larger Nairobi metropolitan area in Kajiado County. So this particular railway is supposed to cater for the high population in Ngong town. Each train will be transporting about 800 passengers during peak hours. The implementation stage is already in process, though the project has received some resistance, especially from the residents of Karen. As you know, Karen is a very high-end neighborhood, one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in Nairobi, and normally wealthy people don't like chaos. They don't like a lot of noise, so they were not happy when the railway was going to cut across the estate like that. And you know, they won't really use the railway. Of course, anyone who lives in Karen has their own car and whatever. They don't need to use a commuter railway system. So they were against the project. So the government had to hold several meetings with them so that to enable the project to go on. And that is why the project has been dragging for quite some time. There were some of them who are of the opinion that if the government wanted to do a commuter railway system, they should do something more modern, not the normal meter gauge rail that people are used to, which I agree with. They could have done something more modern because they're going to use the same amount of money anyway. So why do an older thing when they can do a more modern thing? Anyway, this one is still a good project when you look at it. So I came here to look at the project, and as you can see, this is the main railway station. You can see the architecture. I presume the architect was a Muslim. If you look at the way the structure has been constructed, it has those Arabic curves which are normally associated with Islam and Muslims. So I presume the architect who did this station is a Muslim. So you can look around and see how good the station is, how it looks like. So the workmanship on the station is very good. I looked at the finishing and everything they have done. They have done quite good work. The station is a very standard modern station which can accommodate. In fact, if the government decides to improve on this railway system and make something more modern like a light rail or a monorail, they won't have to build another station, because this station is already very modern. You can place it anywhere in the world and it will still look outstanding. It's not a very big station, but it's nice, and I think it will serve the purpose. And the planning is very good. You can see it has very nice toilets for the passengers. The waiting room is big. The the architecture is generally very nice. You can see the glasses and whatever. It's a very good station. You can see this is the parking area. So some people, if you don't want to use your car, you can come with your car here, park it like the way they did with the other stations in Makadara, Imaradaima, and the other stations that were done in Uhuru Kenyatta's government. You can saw this one. If you live in Ngong, you can come with your car, park it, board a train, go to Riruta or to town, come back in the evening, take your car and go home, instead of using your car all the way to town with all the traffic jams, especially along Ngong Road during peak hours. You can see the inside of the station. Very nice, very well done. The doors, mahogany, big frames, and the toilets are nice. So we have toilets, the men's and gents. So if you come here during peak hours and you're still or you're still waiting for your train and you are pressed, you can use the toilets here. They are very nice. The workmanship is very good, though it's not complete yet. The cleaning has not been done, but you can see it has been done by professionals. The ceiling is very outstanding. You can see that is the toilet. Very nice, very well done. So this is where the railway line will be placed. I drove on top of the on the base area. They done the base, but they have not completed yet. Because of the rains, they had to stop for a little bit, but they'll continue. So you can see the railway will be quite raised from the normal ground level. This place is normally has a lot of water, groundwater, so it makes sense that they have raised the rail this way.